Hi, good morning, good afternoon, depending where you're joining from. Welcome to Women Thrive Live with our speakers from the Women Thrive Summit. Today, I am interviewing beautiful Luisa Hogan. Hi, Luisa. Good morning or evening where you
Hi.
are.
It's evening now. Good evening and good morning and good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. It's so lovely to be here with you, Ray.
Oh, I'm excited. As you know, I'm fellow short hair sister.
Mhm.
So we're going to rock and roll today. And today we're talking
Excellent.
about leadership, steadiness in the leadership. So steady is the new strong, Luisa says. And she talks about resilient leadership in the world today that won't slow down. And this is actually her talk at the Women Thrive Summit. I am very thrilled because Lisa is actually going to be our opening speaker for the summit this year. I know, Lisa, you said, "Oh, that's a big task on my hands." How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited. Initially, I was like, "Whoa, that's a big job," but now that I've processed that initial, "Whew, that's big," I'm super excited because it's going to be such a fantastic summit. There's such an amazing lineup, and what an absolute privilege for me to be able to set the tone and invite you all in to speak, to listen to the amazing speakers, and feel the energy and the vibe of the summit, which I absolutely know is going to be amazing. So I'm very excited about opening the summit and sort of
Yeah.
setting the tone a little bit.
Amazing. Well, we've seen you on the showcases so far, and if it's anything to go by, I know you're going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's so lovely. No, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely good. And I love the topic that I'm speaking on. I'm very passionate about the work that I do through years of being in leadership roles where I was expected to perform at a very high level with sometimes little support, pretending to everybody that I was keeping it all together and holding it all together, and then realizing in a very challenging leadership situation that I went through that wasn't the answer, and that being steady and holding yourself steady and regulating yourself is actually the way to be a positive leader that creates positive change. And I'm so passionate about sharing that message so that people can feel confident and move from self-doubt to self-trust in their leadership and in their decision making and with their self-talk. I'm so
Mm.
passionate about all of that.
And it can be so stressful, as you truly identified. The pace of the world and technology and evolution is not going to slow down, and therefore a lot of times, especially as leaders, we might find ourselves in high pressure environments, or kind of feeling the stress of it all. And you're really advocating for resilience and being able to handle all of that. How does one function in the most optimal way when
Mhm.
the pressure hits?
Do you know, I say to my clients all the time that today, this moment that you're living in today, is the slowest pace of change that you're going to ever experience again, because tomorrow it's only going to get faster and faster. And we can see it already at the changes in technology. And I think, you know, you say that I'm here to advocate for resilience. What I'm here to mostly advocate for is actually the word resilience has a negative connotation to it nowadays, because people perceive resilience as, I need to tough it out. I just need to be tougher. I just need to be stronger. And if I'm resilient, I'm tough. And that's not what resilience means. And I'm also not advocating for the notion that resilience is about bouncing back, because even the notion of bouncing back means, that you're resilient after the fact, that you're resilient after the pressure happens, after you've gone through the difficulty. So for me, if you want to be resilient through the pressure and the amount of change that we're going through today, you have to learn how to regulate yourself and slow yourself down internally so that you're not moving at the pace around you. Because when you move at the pace around you and you rush, 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 and you're making decisions on the fly and you're just showing to everyone how you can handle it all, it becomes like holding a pile of bricks in your arms, and your arms get tired and you can't hold that pile of bricks anymore.
Mm.
So for me, I'm here to challenge your thinking on what resilience is, because there's sometimes a collective eye roll over, oh, you're telling me to be more resilient. Well, I am resilient. I'm so tough and I'm not keeping it together. So how can you help me? Well, I'm here to show you that resilience is not what you think it is.
I love it. And, a lot of people observe, the lead up to the summit, like yourselves, the speakers, and at the forefront, it's all swimming like a wonderful swan. But behind the scenes, there's so much paddling that's going on to make it work. And there has been times that during the summit, something extraordinary happens, or creates a situation that is stressful, or emails doesn't go out, or the links are broken. And I have mastered exactly that, just ability to slow down during these moments, which requires a fast decision making and addressing the situation. Because if I'm calm, I'm able to direct the flow in whichever direction it needs to go without creating chaos because I'm feeling stress of the situation. So my key is I don't allow the situation to stress me out, keep a cool mind, and just direct whatever needs to happen in order for the situation to resolve. And it always works out great because people watching it couldn't tell there was a situation going on behind the scenes.
100%. And that is actually essentially what leadership is, right? You're demonstrating exactly that notion of, as the leader, you're the thermostat. You're not just the thermometer, because a lot of leaders out there work as a thermometer. They gauge the temperature of the room and then they react accordingly. But you are a thermostat where you are gauging the temperature and you're also putting a temperature out. So if you're able to gauge the temperature and remain calm in that, and then put out a temperature that keeps everybody else calm, and then only decide what's the first next thing I need to do. That's it. Not what are the a million things I need to do right now. Then you're keeping that temperature down for your team, for your family, for everyone around you. Because when you push that pressure up, even if you're pretending to be calm, they can feel that temperature rising in you. And, you illustrated perfectly what it means to have calm, regulated leadership in times of pressure, because nobody is going to know that things haven't gone right, but they will know how you made them feel during those situations.
Yeah. Well, motherhood is a different kind of pressure. So
Oh, adds another layer, doesn't it?
I love for mastering that one.
If you master it, you'll share with me. And then if I master it, I'll share it with you, because that is a different kettle of fish. But absolutely, you can use those same skills, because I find too, and I have a 4-year-old daughter, how easy it is to get stressed with something going on with work. I've got 2 businesses. One's a retail business. Other one's a consulting practice. I'm speaking. I've got lots of workshops on, doing lots of stuff. And it's easy to, switch from one thing to the other. And then I'm expected to be present as a mother. My daughter walks in from school and I have to switch out of that mode into being a calm and present mother. And the techniques that I talk about in my talk and in all the work that I do is transferable, so that you can learn to regulate yourself out of that situation and go into the next situation without, oh, this panic happened at work and now I'm passing that on to my family. And I can't say I get it right 100% of the time, but I am aware of it. And that is half the battle.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my goodness. Lou, what can we expect during the Women Thrive Summit? And before we answer that, I see a few people watching. So I just want to invite our audience. What are you excited about? What has been your go-to techniques when the stress and the pressure hits? Maybe you have some kind of breathing technique or something that you can share with us today. Please do, and let us know where you're joining us from in the comments below. So I'd love to hear from you. What can people expect during your talk at the Women Thrive Summit?
Well, for a start, you can expect actual relatable story about my journey and what it's been like for me navigating that stressful leadership in CEO roles. I was a CEO in an organization that I had to wind up and close, and from there started my own business and starting my businesses. So you can expect the story, but what I do with that is also add into that all very easy to use techniques that you can bring to your everyday to help you be the steady leader that stays calm and that trusts your decision making. And then I couple that not only with great, tools and techniques, but with grounded neuroscience, not boring, like I'm going to yawn, but stuff that shows to you that you are not failing as a person for having these reactions. You're having absolutely normal brain function and body function to do what you're doing. And this is the hack. I'm going to give you the hacks to help you get through that so that you can be the absolute best leader in your home, in your family, at work, in your business, wherever you lead.
Yeah, amazing. I feel like a lot of women don't feel like we're leaders, right? It's like, oh, we kind of don't associate our roles with
Mhm.
leadership because it has been known to be kind of a masculine role. What's your take on it?
I think you're leading wherever people are following you and looking up to you and looking to you for answers. And if you're a stay-at-home mum and you have children watching you every day, learning from you how to be people in this world, learning from you how you respond to things, then you are a leader. And if you are in your standalone business and you have no employees and you're out there changing the world as your own little business, you are a leader out in your community, out in the world. And I think there's this notion that to be a leader, I have to manage people, but leadership and management are two different things. And if you are driving change, if you have people who look up to you, even if it's an informal way, volunteering, anything like that, sport, you are leading. And the skills that I go through are valuable in any of those settings.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's such a great take on it. Wherever you are leading, and you may not associate that role with, you know, everyday leader, but you are. And I certainly recognize that. And sometimes we just need that reminder to say, look, you are a leader in a different capacity, even if you don't think that's a hat you're wearing. You don't have to be a top CEO or lead a massive team in order to associate yourself with being a leader.
No, definitely not. And if you have dreams and goals and something calling you to make a change in the world, that's calling you to step up and lead.
Yeah.
So you know then you need to embody leadership, not in trying to tell people what to do, but how are you going to influence people and places and communities around you to make the change that you want to see. And sometimes
Mm.
being a leader is as simple as showing up in a certain way to show to other people that you are kind and generous so that you encourage other people to be kind and generous too. That is leadership. So I don't buy into the, oh, well, I'm not a leader, so this is not for me kind of message. I think there is a leadership message for everybody.
Yeah. I think you can become a leader, certainly if you don't feel it, modeling what you want to see in the world and modeling a good role model, whether at home or in a business or in a society, you can become a leader that people look up to if you model
Mhm.
by that. So it really starts with a mindset and outward looking perspective to say, it's not just about me, or what I do doesn't just impact me, it actually it impacts the world around me. And that's
Mhm.
the perspective that you can lead with. Amazing. So if you're watching this right now, I want to invite you into this conversation. How do you feel about leadership? Maybe you feel like, there's opportunity for us to step forward and be more role models in our society. How do you feel about leadership? Do you step into it, or do you sometimes feel like, oh, I'm not a leader mindset? So I'd love to hear some of your takes on the word leadership and also resilience as we're talking about it. And as you heard, Luisa is actually redefining what it means to be resilient. Um, Also, I want to invite our audience to register for the Women Thrive Summit. This is our annual Women Empowerment event of the year that's happening March 16th to the 20th. And you can already go ahead and register for this event free of charge. It is going to be happening virtually, so you can join anywhere in the world. And we do this event every year to celebrate Women's History Month. So we bring together international lineup of speakers who are all bringing their wisdom, expertise, and also some wonderful digital gifts for you. So make sure you're there live. We're going to be streaming that on Zoom, so you can be part of the conversation. You're not just in, webinar mode. You're actually able to participate in the conversation. Lisa, it's been quite a journey with the speakers. I loved getting to know you in this process and hanging out. I know you got your pod from down under, the ladies from Australia. What's that been like for you?
Do you know, I honestly, I hope you have 10 minutes for me to gush on this, because I always gush when you ask me these sorts of questions. But it's been a wonderful experience. And, as much as the summit itself is amazing and the speakers are amazing, the most wonderful part has been getting to know the speakers behind the scenes and troubleshooting things with them, understanding what their issues are and what their troubles are, reframing with each other, talking to each other about our doubts, also, talking to each other about our wins. It's like finding a group of people who are in the same boat as you and who are all cheering you on. And I don't think I've ever met a community of people in one place where every single person is cheering you on. And it's a real testament to what this platform provides, because it's not just a speaking opportunity. It's not just you sharing your message to the world. It's also this wonderful vibe that's created where women are uplifting women and everyone leaves with more than having had this amazing opportunity to speak to people around the world about something you're passionate about. So I can't speak more highly of it. Our Thrive Pod is incredible. We are all down under, but interestingly, none of us are actually Australian. we all live in Australia, or except for one. We've got one of us is in the US. But somebody is from New Zealand. I was born in South Africa. I'm Portuguese, and we've got somebody who was born in the US and lives in Australia, and none of us are in the same state. So it's kind of, we're the Aussies, not that aren't the Aussies. So it's a really fascinating thing, and amazing group of women. And I can certainly vouch for the caliber of speakers that you are going to hear at the Thrive Summit. So I'm going to echo Ray saying, sign up. It's free, and amazing that it's free, because you will get a lot out of it just from knowing behind the scenes what these women are about, their authenticity and their values. You are going to love it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, because I think what a lot of our audience don't know is what happens behind the scenes in the preparation. And we've been preparing for this event for multiple months and curating the community and the lineup and the talks. It's just really well put together event for our audience to experience, and we make it free because we want to make an impact globally. So money is not a barrier for you to be part of this event. It's a celebration globally. It's opportunity for women to come together, and we don't want to create any barriers for you to participate other than investing your time. I mean, that's all it takes. So put your time aside for that week. Go tap in. If you are in a good time zone to catch Luisa's talk, I highly recommend you are there, because this is our opening talk for the entire summit, and it's going to be magical.
Yay. I'd love to see you all there. If you are going to be there, pop in the comments, or if you've seen me speak at the showcases or come to this event, when you come and see me at that opening session, pop in the comments that you were there, that you've heard me speak, because being on camera behind the scenes is such a different kettle of fish to speaking to people live, because you can see people and you can relate to them and you can see audiences. But when you're behind a camera, it's so much more different. And seeing people connect with you with comments and connect with each other in the comments just makes it so much more of a interactive and worthwhile and warm event. So if you're here now and you're going to be there then, pop us a hello when you get there. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, amazing. I see Tanya joining us from Portugal, and she said she loves these conversations, just quietly listening and reflecting, which is, it's your choice how you want to participate. you can be at forefront and with a camera on and cheering or speakers on. You can just be in the background listening, and it's totally your choice. And the funny thing is, I see some people, who join with their cameras off, on the first few days. And then as the summit progresses, they come on the cameras and they ask more questions. So that confidence and participation builds as the days progress. Lou, tell us a little bit about the two businesses that you have and what it does, and also how do people find you?
Sure. So I have my first business. I started it 10 years ago. It's called Vermelho Consulting. And I do resilient leadership and change management in that business. That business is currently scaling. I'm taking on associate consultants who will manage, change management aspects of the business. I work with businesses directly, and I will do executive coaching with teams across Australia and globally on resilient leadership strategy. And have consultants who do change management, so culture change management within that, coupled with resilience. And that business is going for 10 years and has been such an evolution and such an amazing journey to go on. I absolutely love the work that we've done in that consulting practice, and I've loved the individuals I've met in that. And my second business is called Whisper and Thread, and it's I've co-founded that with my sister. Something we're very passionate about. We create, at the moment, underwear with custom affirmations embroidered inside, but we're about to launch new products, and we're going to be more than an underwear business. We're going to be an end-to-end business that provides you with products that help you shift the way you talk to yourself. So trigger you out of that negative self-talk from the moment you wake up in the morning, to when you get dressed and how you show up during the day, to speaking more kindly to yourself, to when you go to bed. We have got products coming in that. And as you can see, that my passions in both my businesses are all about leadership resilience, self-talk, and being a steady and calm person with clarity about yourself and trusting who you are. So those are my two businesses. Love the work that we do. Keeps me very, very busy. And if you want to know where to find us, you can find me personally on LinkedIn under Luisa Hogan. If you click on my profile, there are links there to all of my other profiles, including my self-talk podcast, Leadership Self-Talk podcast. It's all on there. If you're not on LinkedIn, you can go onto Whisper and Thread on Instagram, Whisper and Thread on Facebook, or you can go to Vermelho Consulting. That's a new Instagram profile, so don't be shocked by the amount of followers. That it was only just started a couple of months ago. So I'd love to see you there, Vermelho Consulting. You'll see associate consultants showing up on there occasionally as we grow that Instagram. But if you link on there, you'll also get links to all of our other profiles. So if you find your way to one of those, you'll be able to find your way to everywhere else.
Amazing. And I know you're preparing some digital gifts for attendees when they join the summit. So that will be available to you when you do register and come and hang out with us at the summit.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you engage with those and get some real value out of those. I've put a lot of thought into them to make sure that you don't leave the summit with, oh, that was great information, that you leave with some great actions and some great tools that you can use right away.
Amazing. Lisa, this has been wonderful, and I hope this supports some of our audience today, but also a reminder why you need to be there on March the 16th for the opening talk of Lou on Monday. It's going to be in the morning, so do make sure you save the spot, one for the summit, but also for Louisa's talk, so you can get a reminder. So head over to womenthrivasummit.com, register for your spot there, and we really look forward to seeing you there. Louisa, any last words of wisdom before we sign out for today?
No, just remember that resilience is not about being strong all the time, that it's okay to not feel like you have to carry all the pressure. And if you want to know how to do that and put that down and replace that, come and see my talk at the summit. I can't wait to see you there.
I'm excited to have you on our platform as an opening speaker. I know it's going to be amazing. As I said, the showcases that you've featured on has been truly, truly amazing. Your storytelling, creativity, and speaking is definitely shining through. So I know our audience in for absolute treat. And to our listeners today, if you have watched this up to now, do make sure you share it to your audience as well. Click a share button to your social media followers, because somebody might just need to hear this this very advice today. Maybe they're carrying too much as leaders. Maybe, they need to reframe that mindset and also be there at the Women Thrive Summit. So make sure you spread the word and help us reach more people around the world. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Tap into more live conversations with our speakers every week now, leading up to the summit in March. And we look forward to seeing you on another live. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.